California's wildfires blaze with intense unpredictability. These fires can change lives in an instant, leaving communities devastated and landscapes unrecognizable. The sheer power and speed at which they spread make them particularly dangerous, driven by the wind and fueled by dry conditions. Let's talk about loss angles. These are critical in understanding how wildfires interact with the environment. Loss angles are a practical tool used by firefighters and urban planners to predict and mitigate the impact of wildfires. These angles determine how structures or vegetation are positioned relative to a wildfire's direction. For instance, a building with a steep loss angle might be more vulnerable to embers carried by the wind. Understanding these angles helps in designing buildings and landscapes that are more resistant to fire. Imagine your rooftop with a steep loss angle. This angle can determine how easily embers can land and ignite. A steep angle might catch more embers, increasing the risk of fire. On the other hand, a flatter angle might allow embers to slide off, reducing the risk. Wind-driven embers can travel significant distances, starting new fires far from the main blaze. By designing buildings and landscapes with these angles in mind, we can reduce the risk of these secondary fires. Low loss angles in vegetation can act like a natural barrier, slowing down the fire's march. Certain types of vegetation, when planted strategically, can help to slow the spread of fire. California has seen an alarming increase in wildfires driven by climate change, drought, and human activity. Understanding the role of loss angles in these fires is more important than ever. In the past year alone, over 40,198 acres have been scorched. Each acre represents ecosystems, homes, and lives affected. The aftermath leaves a lasting impact on the environment and communities. That's 101 separate wildfires, destroying over 12,300 structures. Each structure represents a home, a business, or vital infrastructure. Rebuilding takes time, resources, and effort. More than 105,000 residents have had to evacuate, with 87,000 more on alert. The process of evacuation is stressful and disruptive, often leaving families uncertain about the future. Tragically, 24 lives have been lost and countless injuries reported. The human toll underscores the need for effective fire management and safety measures. Take the Palisades fire. It torched 23,654 acres, barely 14% contained, and forced 105,000 to flee. Despite the best efforts of firefighters, containment can be challenging. Or the Eaton fire, burning through 14,117 acres with only 15% containment. The efforts to contain it required significant resources and manpower. The Hearst fire might seem small, but it still destroyed 2 homes. Even smaller fires can have devastating effects, particularly when they reach populated areas. And let's not forget the Santa Ana winds. These winds are notorious for fanning the flames of wildfires, turning small blazes into raging infernos. These fierce, dry gusts turn flames into raging infernos, spreading smoke far and wide. The smoke can travel great distances, affecting air quality and public health. Los Angeles County even declared a public health emergency because of it. The health impacts of wildfire smoke are serious, particularly for vulnerable populations. Understanding loss angles is key to wildfire preparedness and safety. By incorporating this knowledge into building design, landscaping, and community planning, we can create environments more resilient to wildfires. Because understanding them could mean the difference between safety and disaster. Stay informed, stay safe.